Good day, viewers at home. You're welcome to another episode of One on One. As you know, we are in the era of politics, and we looked around town. I'm sure you will have been seeing a lot of posters around. You've been seeing APC, PDP, and what have we. We don't really know what these people have in store for Nigerians and the people of their states. On One on One today, we went to town. As you know, we are situated in the city of Ibadan. There's this poster that we've been seeing around. There's this beautiful woman that we've been seeing. She looks charming. I'm not even going to say too much about her. I want her to say it by herself. Who am I talking about? Permit me to introduce to you Mrs. Bolanle Asabi Sarumi Aliyu, popularly called BASA.
Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks for honoring our invitation.
It's my pleasure. Pleasure.
Briefly, can you tell us about BASA? Who is BASA? What are your ideologies, your philosophy?
Thank you.
Nayat.
Thank you. My name is Bolanle Asabi Sarumi Aliyu, called BASA. What I bring Oyo State, I bring you BASA assurance. Not assurances of 100 million naira cars, assurances of vanity stuff. I was born in UCH in 1979 to the families of Honorable Ali Balogun, popularly known as Ali Bey. He's also a politician. Mother is English. I went to primary school and secondary school here in Ibadan. My secondary school is St. Louis Grammar School, Mokola. We actually went to a public school on purpose. I think my dad did it on purpose. He wanted us to mix with every normal child, so that way, yes, you might be born, with a silver spoon, but you need to see how other people are getting by. So I think that really instilled a lot in me. So it's a blessing actually for children to go to public schools, but the problem is, don't let them go to a public school that has no chairs or tables. That is very wrong. I had. I'm saying the one now.
The one now.
I'm encouraging people that public schools are meant to be good, but the problem is they've not been taken care of properly. I'm a mother, I'm a wife, mother of 3 biological children, and I have tons of orphaned kids. Some are actually disabled amongst them. They're all grown up now, actually. We started long ago with a foundation called Childhood Bridge International Initiative. My passion is to ensure that everyone matters, regardless of who you are, where you're from, tribe, etc. I'm a very inclusive person. I love Igbos, I love Hausas, I love Yoruba, I love all Nigerians, and that is how I want us all to take each other. If we could all love each other as one, I don't think we'll have all these problems we're having in Nigeria. I'm a businesswoman.
Has a problem?
Of course we have. People are killing each other because of what reasons? My cousins in Jos, a few years ago, they were, people attacked their house. They burnt it down. Whereas the people that did it were people around there. But don't let's go off track.
Okay.
Yes, we need to hold each other as one and follow what Nigeria stands for. Back to me. I always get carried away talking about my people. I'm a businesswoman. I've been in business since the age of 21. I had my first boutique in Baggy, Old Baggy. My role model, my mom.
Your mom?
Yes, and my grandmother. My mom, in the sense that she taught us to always have our head up, our head up high, and never lack confidence in life, and then, speak the truth when you can, be good to your friends or neighbors, etc. And my grandmother, the business part, oh Lord, she was a hard-working woman. Alaja Sefinotu Tinola Sarumi, she's late now. She really, really worked so hard.
So she instilled the business.
She did the business part and the community part. She was like the link to all the families, both our fathers or our mothers, extended families, all of them. We all kept in touch and met each other once a year, every year.
Yeah, that's good. Now, going through your profile, we discovered that you have a degree in social works. So we would like to know, have you practiced the social work before? Have you been practicing it?
Okay.
Saying that, you said you've been a businesswoman since the age of 21.
Yeah.
Have you been practicing your social work?
Okay. I have a degree in social policy, and then I also have in social work and welfare, psychology and sociologies. Those ones are actually what you call HNDs, the degree is social policy.
Okay.
But I had to do the social work, welfare, psychology, sociology before I now went on to a degree. And I did all that in England. I've always practiced welfare all my life.
Okay.
Like I said, I have 2 NGOs, which I fund by myself.
That's part of your
It's my hobby.
story.
It's my hobby. It's what I love doing. I love giving back to society. And I've been doing it in my own little way. And I preach every time I go. I say, look, if you could just help 5 people in your lifetime, those 5 people you've helped, imagine if they helped 5, and it continues all the way down. So I've never let anything pass me by.
So now, this NGO that you have you been able to finance it? Is it from
with my
your
proceeds?
business?
With my proceeds from the business, yes. And
business.
the odd 1 or 2 friends here and there. They've always, some give me their time, but financially, I think just a few. Over the 19 years I've run my NGOs, I think I've had just a few. It's not been encouraging financially here. We have the habit of not wanting to donate for NGOs, and we take it all to other places. However, some say it's because they don't trust NGOs, which fine, some of them might not be doing what they're meant to do, but I'm not bothered about that. Whatever I can do, I've been doing in my own little way. I've assisted some people through university, some have graduated and some are still there, and some have done business for. The thing is, what I believe is when you do things for people in life, you don't announce it, you don't publicize it. So when people ask me, they say, well, Bolanle, you've come out now to do politics. How would you showcase what you've done to the people when you never took pictures and kept records, etc.? And I thought about it. So now I have to open it all up. Fine. Luckily for me, these kids are grown up. You have 21 years old, 23 years old. They all have phones that have recording stuff. So they've been doing videos. If you check my Instagram page, they've sent it. Yes, they've been like, this woman has been in my life 15 years, some 12 years, some 19 years. So it's speaking for me. It's speaking for me.
So you have a whole lot of success stories. Now let's go to politics. You are a politician.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So what makes a woman unique in politics? Let's take you as a case study. What makes you unique in the politics of now?
My sister, I think you've calculated it. That's why I'm here on your couch today. You've thought about it, that look, we have almost 50 men in the race, and there's this woman standing, beside them and saying, yeah, we're going together. So that already stands me out, you understand? It singles me out, and it makes people want to know more about me. And then luckily for me, God has been on the mission with me, because I told him, I said, look, just use me for your cause. I always thought he'll make me be like a pastor or an imam and be preaching and be talking about, things to people. But then I found out he's dropped me in this line of politics. So, because he knows I'm a nation builder. I prefer to actually call myself a nation builder than a politician. Hopefully we'll get to the era of the kind of politics we, the youths, want in Nigeria. Not the one they've been practicing. It's not been nice. It's not been very nice.
Okay. So now, looking back, there have been a lot of women that are aspiring for top-notch positions.
It's not top enough, darling. It's not top enough.
Okay, we have women in the House of Assembly. We have them in the House of Rep.
How many do we have? My sister is less than my fingers and my toes.
But we still have women there.
It's not enough.
It's not enough. Now, if you want to be the governor of Oyo State,
by
the grace of God.
Thank you.
Most women that vie for these positions, they don't get there. how do you intend to make your own place different?
Like I say to everyone, it's on my DP. I put there, power belongs to God. You do not aim for power if it's not given to you by God. You mess up when you get there. You mess up when you get there. So for me, it's not a do or die affair. The issue is the intention has been declared, and I believe it's God that put it in my mouth. And the benefit of me aiming for the governorship is to encourage all the girls out there, all the women out there watching me today, to know that we can also get there, and we should get there. If you look at the statistics, we are less than 7% in elected offices, madam. That is terrible. 7%. So if we are, yes,
in support
my
of the 50-50, this thing they said earlier.
Why not? Rwanda has 64% women. 64. Nigeria, we were still fighting Dame Patience. She was fighting for 35% and she never got it. So we have 7%. And I know that once I get there, I will begin to lift credible women. I put credible in front. People I know have the passion to do stuff for the state. They want to serve. They want to serve. I'll make sure I lift them all up and we keep growing. And you know why? Once we are there and the men are there, we'll work together and we'll be able to promote each other. As they're promoting policies to benefit them, we will bring up policies to benefit the female children as well. Because we're suffering. We've been oppressed and suppressed. We've not been encouraged in society, and that's why you will find a woman is in a home with her husband, he's beating her every day of her life, and the children are watching, but she cannot leave him because she's afraid of where will she move to with her children. When I'm the governor of this state, if any woman is being abused unnecessarily, like for example, it's not as if she hit the man, he hit her back, self-defense, I will make sure I provide where you will live. Because in the United Kingdom, where my mom comes from, if you are going through a domestic violence issue, the government there would ensure that they give you accommodation so that you don't need to stay in the wrong place. Because many women have died through domestic violence.
True.
They have. We read it all the time, you know. So many things we can do for women. The girl child as well. No girl needs to be hawking during school hours. At 10 o'clock, at a 10-year-old girl, 12-year-old girl. It's very wrong. That makes her vulnerable. Somebody can say, bring pure water into the house. God forbid they're going to defile that girl at a very young age. So, and I will make sure, it's not only women I'm going to help, I will make sure I balance it out. But the problem is if we don't get up there, we won't be able to voice out. Because those 7% women you're talking about, they're shouting, they're fighting for our cause, but they're not enough. So it's not being heard. So if you want to deliberate in a house where you have 93% of men and 7% of women, they bring up a policy to benefit them. The 93 no's will knock down the 7%. Yeah, that's why I'm even telling all the women in power right now, you need to begin to lift up other women so they can continue this thing and we can we can be in support with the men and work together to move Nigeria forward.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ma. Yeah, we're going to go on a short break now. As you've heard, Mrs. Bolanle Asabi Sarumi Aliyu BASA is about lifting up women. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome back. My guest is still BASA. And as you can see, we are having an exciting and informative conversation. Yes, back to Hosma. Now, you're coming for this position under a platform. Can you tell us a little bit about it? Because I know we haven't even asked you what the name of your party is.
I've aligned myself with a party genuinely for the people. I've aligned myself with a party that's fighting the cause for a better Nigeria. It's a party that's for the youths. It's a party that's for anyone, and anyone can actually participate to be something, to be in an elected office. It doesn't have to be whose child are you, or can you pay 10 million nomination form, nothing like that. And the party is crowd-funded. It's you and I that will fund this party. The 10 naira, the 20 naira. That's what we will use to ensure the party moves forward. It's called ANRP, Abundant Nigeria. This party has been in existence for about 2 years, and yeah, we're spreading fast. like wildfire.
ANRP.
Yes.
And it's
Abundant
about 2
Nigeria.
years.
Yes,
the party is about 2 years.
Under 2 years
now,
old.
That gives me a little bit of a shiver.
Oh, don't be bothered.
Now, consider the fact that you have
the giant ones.
A lot of things to do for the people of Oyo State, and you're coming up under a party that is barely 2 years old. Do you think you'll be able to contend with the giants, as you say? You know, we have the likes of PDP, APC, SDP, Accord.
We don't want to mention their name. The giants, right?
So, yeah. So do you think you'll be able to contend with them?
People, what did David do to Goliath? Was David part of the giants at the time? And what did he do? And did he use any sophisticated weapon to win the battle? He took stones and he used it and conquered Goliath. I am the Goliath of this time right now because I'm fighting a cause for my people. So I am not afraid which party I'm going to be in, because God has assured me that I am going to lead and I'm going to serve the people genuinely. So I'm not bothered, I'm not fazed, because 2019 is going to be an election of people who are credible. We are going to elect credible people into office. If you've been in office for 4 years and you never brought a single policy to benefit your people, we're not going to vote you 2019. Simple as that. I'm tired of people complaining and saying they don't like what's happening in the country. Stop complaining, please. As you watch me today, you need to go out there and inconvenience yourself. Get your PVC cards ASAP. Keep going back and forth to the place to register for your card. Therefore, keep the card in your hands and start watching all of us, and you choose the right person 2019.
And we believe the right person is you.
Well, I would say so.
Okay, now, how deeply rooted do you think your party is at the grassroots level?
It's very connected to the grassroots. You know why? Because it is people like you and I that's in the party. For example, I'm reaching out to people in all 33 local governments. If you feel you can contribute to Oyo State to move forward, begin to locate me. Find me and let's do this mission together. If you're in Egbeda local government and people love you in the area, step up. Let's do this together, and trust me, we're going to get there, because it will be won by the people. The voting of 2019 will be by the people, and there will be no rigging, because people will be at every polling booth voting who they want and who they feel is going to make this state better to what it was before.
And you think there will be no rigging, is going to be feasible?
We will not allow it, because we'll all be there. And all those people that sell their futures for 4,000, please don't try it. And you at home who is sitting down there and not voting or not going out to vote, you are letting those ones that sell it for 4,000 determine your future for you. Because for 4 years, you will, if you allow those ones to sell your votes, they will give you a leader that will mess up the state for you. So we all need to get involved. That's why when people tell me that, why are you involved? What's your own? Your mother is white, you're English, you can be in England and live a nicer life. You don't need to be as stressed as you are. I'm like, no, this is my country. I grew up here. I went to school here. I was born here. There is no way I'll give up on Nigeria. I will not give up, because I've found good people along the line and they've encouraged me to keep going. I'm fighting for them, for the youths out there and the women.
Very good, ma'am. Now, let's talk about Nigeria. The current economic situation. We have insurgency, unemployment, the whole nine yards, a whole lot of things. What are your thoughts on it? Do you think this administration is actually doing what it's supposed to do?
The Nigerian administration needs to focus now on the welfare of the people. All these superficial things that they're doing, all the things, I think doesn't matter right now. There's no point getting us aircrafts right now. Some of us have not eaten a meal for today. Some of us are going to bed without food in our stomach. Yes, they might want to do that to make money for the government, but for now, can we face the people? The people are starving. There's hunger in the land. And then talking of the insecurity as well, oh my God. I never thought Nigeria would be known as a country that kills each other. It was never so. My mom, lived here for almost 30 years. It was never so. So I don't know what's going on. And I think that's also boiling down to all the issues of surrounded by money and power. There's no need to take anything as by force. It's not a do or die affair in life. Must you attain power at the cost of reducing lives of people or even erasing people's lives? It's very wrong. And then look at the unemployment issues. See all the vibrant vibrant youths coming out of university, and then to what? Where are the job creations? Even if it's the railways, can they boost the railway up and provide jobs in all the railways and link it up from all the way from down to south and north, etc.?
But they're actually working on railways.
Well, it's been taking them donkey's years. It's taken them about 8 years or so.
And as per the unemployment, I think the federal government created a job for about 500,000 youths.
500,000, the population of, I'm sure we're about, youths are about what, 90 million, 100 million?
And they just employed 300,000 more. That was last week Friday.
Okay, so they should keep up with it, and they should do more of that. And we need to have jobs that are related to people's credentials as well. Look at UI there, look at Poly there. See the amount, School of Statistics. See the amount of children they are churning out of there. Churning them out to what? And not everybody can access the internet to apply for all these jobs you're talking about. Empower, isn't it online?
Yeah, it's online.
It's online. Some people cannot afford the 1,200 data you want them to buy to be able to access it. Do you understand? So we need to do practical things. Farmers, begin to give them things to empower them. Teachers, promote them and increase their fees. They are underpaid. The police, you see how much they give our police in Nigeria? I don't think I want to carry a gun and be a police in Nigeria.
Oh, really?
Yes, because once your enemy is dead, I don't know what provision they give to your family. It's not fair. And you will have an official, you will have an eye up there official earning 100 times what a policeman is earning. It doesn't make sense, my sister. Let's begin to look at how people are doing it all over the world, because it looks like we need to go back to what is, what was done before,
Okay.
Restructuring, etc. All that one needs to happen eventually, but I don't want to go into full details of that as well. It's paining me.
Okay, now let's bring it down to Oyo State. We've talked about Nigeria. Let's bring it down to Oyo State, where we are at the moment. What's your take on the APC-led administration of Oyo State?
Well, I think you'll need an official of the APC to come and give us an inside detail on how their government is running. His Excellency has his own passions, and he has his own ideas, and he has what he's running, what he wants to do. Mine is the government to the people, directly for the people. Mine is a direct government I'm going to run. I'm going to make sure I touch lives ASAP, immediately, and make lives easier. You'll find some factories, for example, some establishments, they charge them so much. You have to pay this, pay that. I'm sure you guys pay a lot too here. You have to pay this, pay that. So how much you earn at the end of the day? Whereas you're the one creating jobs for the government. Business owners like us, we're the ones churning out jobs for the government. So we need to be encouraged more. All that's going to happen when I get there.
Okay, very good. So we go on another break. We'll be right back. Yes, you're welcome back. You are running for governor. Now, this administration has been doing a whole lot of things. Do you intend to build on what the administration is doing, or you're going to come up with your own innovations?
I have a lot of my own innovations, my own ideas. Like I said, with my credentials, I know the kind of policies we need to bring into the state. Wherever they stop, we will carry whatever they've started, and we'll make sure it's not wasted. Because the problem is, if you look at, there's an hospital in Ogbomoso that was built by the former governor. It's not been carried on. It's like a dead end.
It's like an abandoned project.
Yes, and then you have the Kara there as well, where they bring the cattle from the north, and that's not really growing, and that can bring a lot of money to the state. So I'm going to make sure, I will make sure I carry on from where they've stopped from, see what can be improved on, and then I also bring my heart. My manifesto is actually called BASA's Heart. It forms what my name stands for and my heart inside it. I'm going to ensure that we have quality and free education for the children. You understand me? There is no need for a mother earning 10,000 naira a month to buy no tables or chairs. There's no need for a pepper seller to be paying for exam fees at a huge amount. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. The uniforms as well cost a lot of money. And the state has money. We have things we can turn to money. You understand? I'm going to make sure we generate more income. Like I told you, my grandmother.
I'm actually about to go to that. How do you intend to generate?
A lot of ways. I can't blow out all my manifesto online. We haven't got to the primaries yet, etc. But I'm going to make sure we tap into what we have. We have bitumen in Isenyi lying there and wasting away. You have the people in the Ministry of Works. Why can't you empower every local government to begin to build their own roads so we have quality, proper roads, and no one needs to die on the roads? See the road leading from Moniya to Isenyi. It's not in a nice state. We have kaolin. We have honey in Shaki. They bring in food stuff all the way from the north. They pass Ogbomoso to go and sell it in Lagos. Does that make sense? And the food stuff they bring mainly is tomato and yam. Hello, we have fertile land in Ogbomoso there. So when but they need to be encouraged. Those farmers, we need to build silos for them where they can keep their produce. Do you know how upsetting it can be if I was a farmer and I made all this, I planted all these things, harvested them, and then struggled to get to the market. And then when I got there, I was able to sell only a quarter and I had to take it back home only for it to spoil at home. You can imagine how heartbroken that farmer is going to be. So I'm going to make sure you have silos. Those silos you can access that will not cost you much in the end. You take joy from doing what you love to do. It's not about the wage. For example, I'm living what I love to do. I love to give back to society, but I don't have that much to give. That's why I want to be in a higher position so that I can do more for my people. That's my own joy. Some of my businesses, I actually make wedding dresses because I love weddings. I love weddings. Okay, that's nice. I make dresses. So every time I meet a bride, I'm like, oh, look at that dress. And then I do decor, I do catering. I'm a hustler. And I also make uniforms. So it's good to be in a line of work that you actually love and you're passionate about. You will thrive there and you'll make more in the end, financially from within and physically.
Okay, thank you very much. So finally, tell us a dream, your Oyo State dream.
Oh, thank you.
The Oyo State of your dream.
Oh, the Oyo State of my dreams. Oh my God. The first dream that I have of Oyo State, I enter Oyo State from Lagos or from other areas and I see beautiful greenery everywhere. I see, I don't want to see any dirt anymore. I don't want people making fun of me and say, Madam, you are from Oyo State. I say, what do you mean? Yes, I am. And I love Amala well. They say, that dirty place. So I don't want to hear that anymore. We're going to have a beautiful Oyo State one. We're going to make sure we have a safe Oyo State because I'm going to empower the vigilantes and the OPCs to be able to secure communities as well. So I'm going to support state policing. I'm going to support community police. Okay. Yes, because the police need help. They're not enough. The amount of police that serve Nigerians are not enough to serve us because most of them are actually with the big guys and with the VIPs and with the politicians. So you understand? So I will make sure, yes, we encourage them because if you can trust them to watch your areas, when you sleep at night, what do you hear? Isn't it coco? So if you trust them to do all that coco in your area and protect you, why can't you empower them and give them what they need and make them feel among and feel like, yes, these people appreciate me? And they work hard, those OPC guys, Yes, they will go through orientation camps, they will have their uniforms, they will go through the real process that Integral, like Civil Defense did and Peace Corps did as well. They will go through that as well and they will have their own establishments, hopefully, God willing. Moving on from that, I will have an Oyo State where everyone can have a job. If you went to school, you'll be encouraged. If you didn't go to school, it doesn't matter. Not everyone is cut out for education. I went to university, I never used my credential for a job. I always had my own business, so it doesn't matter. And not everybody's cut out for schooling. So those who want to learn a trade, I will encourage you to learn that trade. And once you've learned it, I will ensure that you are empowered there and then with the tools to make sure you become your own CEO. And of course, we'll have to pay some little taxes back. That's the only way we can grow the country. The United Kingdom I talk about, they do not have any mineral resource or natural resource. All they have is potato. Potato is what they use, but they use taxes to run the state. That's why I said, if you're sick in the United Kingdom, they will pay your hospital bills. It's for free. Even if it's cancer, God forbid, they will take care of you. It's from those taxes. If you're a mother who is homeless with your children, they'll give you a house. They'll count the heads of your children. How many children? 3 children. They'll give you a 3-bedroom house. You understand me? And they'll give you money weekly to survive with your children. If you lose a job in the United Kingdom, they will take you to the job center. I will make sure I have a job center in Oyo State. I'm actually revealing my own now. Nobody should steal my idea. I'm going to have a job center where, for you to get a job will not be whose son are you or whose daughter are you. I'm going to end that era. We're going to have job centers all over so that whatever you've done is what you will get in the end.
Thank you very much, Ma. Lastly, now you've outlined a whole lot of things for the Oyo State of your dream. Now, you are easily accessible now. when you get there, will you still be easily
Oh, I'm going to
accessible?
be overly accessible. Okay, I'll leak out another one I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure I have post boxes. You're going to post letters to me straight up in every local government. And I will read every one of them because I'm going to employ people that have my mentality, people that want to serve the people genuinely. They will be on my team. And I already have some of them. I'm recruiting more. As I'm moving on, I'm meeting, genuine people. So they will be there. So I'll listen to you. I'll be a governor that listens to you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. On a note, there's one thing to tell them.
Okay.
Please go get your PVC cards. It's very important. No singing for me that you've entered, no voting. We have to vote. But how will we do it if we don't have the PVC cards? Youth, stop sleeping. They say you're sleeping and we're lazy. I'm not lazy, and I know you're not lazy. Oh yeah, get up. Go and get those cards. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ma. Yes, and with that, we've come to the end of one-on-one for today. I'm sure you've been able to get one or two things from my guest. And as she has said, go get your PVC. I'll see you some other time. I am Tolulope Dada.